I could see that. You guys see like Flea's an actor now?
Oh, really?
He's terrible at it. He's in a bunch of movies.
He was in Back to the Future and shit like that.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a Mandela effect thing, dude. Is he really in Back to the Future?
Is he a cornucopia?
No. He was
Biff?
100%. No.
Was he Biff?
He was like one of the like bad guys, but he was also, remember like the crazy guy who was trying to race him and then they crashed?
No.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm so sorry. I got overloaded, dude.
I'm glad I'm not the one bringing movie conversations to a screeching halt. It's really great that I'm not the one doing it because that's usually my forte.
Go, dude, I'm overstimulated with this Back to the Future talk, dude. It's giving me anxiety.
Indianapolis! Sean, Dick and Cheese.
Welcome back, Stamp Tramps, Attempted Delivery. With us, returning for the third time,
Yeah.
is very funny local comic, Jesse James Martin. Not just one of the best comics in the area, but podcast producer extraordinaire as well.
I hate it here, dude. I already hate it here.
Really?
Thanks, though. I appreciate it. Yeah, how you guys doing,
Figured
man?
I'd give a shout out to what you got going on. I don't know.
Oh, thanks, man. I knew it. I was like, they're going to be very nice in the beginning.
We can cut that up.
Yeah. Be like, this guy sucks, dude.
This next comic sucks. I don't know why I said next comic like we're hosting.
This is coming up next. This guy blows.
Could you imagine just hosting, just being like, coming up, this guy, next guy, not very funny.
I would hate to act like I haven't done that. I've done that. Yeah.
This next guy kind of blows.
This next comic, if you guys need to hit the bathroom, get a drink, now would be the good time to do that.
Smoke break comic. This guy's in the files. I've seen this guy in the files. The best I ever got was one time when I went up in the beginning, someone was like, this guy's been showing up. that was I was like, what the fuck does that mean? But yeah. But how you guys doing, man? Thanks for having me on, man.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for coming.
It's good to be back, dude. Third time.
I'm not going to talk about 9/11. We're not going to do
dude,
it.
there goes.
We're not going to do it.
Why'd you guys lie to me in the text messages then? That's the whole reason.
I was going to ask if there's been any developments.
Yeah, dude. No, we're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about other stuff.
You do have a heart out. We don't have enough time for
Yeah. We can go all day, dude. We can make a two-parter. The new developments going on.
I didn't know there were new developments.
Oh yeah, dude. With the files, man. You know.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right, we got to talk about anything else.
Yeah, dude. You got to just look into it, man.
All right, I'll look into it.
Check it. Look up the Epstein files, 9/11
Oh no.
crossover collab.
Yep.
There was no plane. It was just a file.
It was just they flew Bill Clinton into the towers, and now he's a clone.
Oh no.
That's where Joe Biden went.
Where's the real pilot?
Yeah, where's the real pilot?
That was
Exactly,
one of the. Yep.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I knew you would know.
Yeah.
Third time, I already know. Sean, he doesn't know anything.
I know.
Damien always knows what I'm talking about. That's how this goes.
I'm far checked out. I don't know what anything. All I know is that redacted is in the files. That's all I know.
Yeah, a lot of redacted, which was me. It was me. In the
It's all
files.
you.
Yeah. But nah, man, thanks for having me back.
Hell yeah.
What you got going on?
That's a vague question. Just fucking balls deep in the files.
You drank it again, so that's pretty cool. You celebrating?
Yeah, celebrating, man. I just finished school. I got my diploma.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that, not that big of a deal. I got my GED at 33. I don't know if that's cause for celebration, but
It's pretty sick. I don't know. I got mine for free. Mine was just like, they gave me mine to get rid of me.
yeah.
They're like, you're done. We're not teaching you anymore.
Yeah, Pennsylvania pays for it now.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
Shapiro passed a law or something, so it was free. It was free for me too, but I had to go to 7 weeks of school at fucking Harrisburg Area Community College.
Word.
And take all my tests, so I'm done with that.
No man left behind.
Yeah, no man left behind. A lot of people in my class were left behind though. To be honest with you, it was a trip, dude, being in that class. And like we took the practice test, and like almost everyone failed but me.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was crazy.
That always hits like it's like, oh man, why am I here? Because like you're in the class. Like I've been in those classes. Like because I'm not that retarded.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
I agree.
I've been trying. This is like charted territory, but I want to kind of do a bit about my special type of retardation. Like it's like I'm so aware of it.
Yeah,
It's
Guys,
so-
he can say it. He is one.
I am
Yeah.
one. 1.9 GPA. I am one.
Damn.
No child left behind. They must not have had that. You must have been like in a school.
Yeah, no,
Did
I
you
was-
quit?
Yeah, well, I dropped out.
So you
Yeah,
have
be
to
the-
you have to choose to be left. You have to leave.
I got left back twice in 9th grade.
Ooh.
And my dad was just like, I don't know, whatever you do, signed me out or like signed the papers when I turned 16. And then I was like going to school that day, and he was like, hey man, that's done. You're coming to work with me. He was like, this is a waste of time. And I was like, all right, sounds good. Then years later, I was like, what have you done to my life?
I really appreciated that, but I don't think I should have.
Yeah, I went with him and started roofing, and then was just like, dude, I'm a redhead, dude. I'm gonna die. I don't think I can take over the family business, man.
You're doing shingles. I am Spanish tile.
I'm getting cooked, dude. I don't think this is gonna work out. But yeah, no, the No Child Left Behind was definitely like right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you? 30.
33.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I was. I mean, I always make that joke. I don't even know if I was a part of No Child Left Behind. I just know that they definitely pushed me through when I
Yeah.
wasn't learning.
Yeah, no, they had it out for me, man. They kept. I almost got left back in 6th grade. If I would have missed one more day in 6th grade, I would have got left back, and I was late. The day, and all the kids were like, when I showed up, they were like, oh my god, he's here. They were like, we thought you were gonna get left behind. I was like, I came in like 3 periods late or whatever.
I'm
Yeah.
still here. It counts.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about 9/11 than this, but no. But yeah, no, that's all I've had going on. I've just been doing school, recording podcasts, producing podcasts at night when I leave school, and stand up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Grinding.
you've been doing shows all over the place. It's pretty sick to see.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's been fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hosted at the Comedy Zone recently.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was a dream come true, man.
Hell
That
yeah.
was a dream come true. They painted my face on the wall.
What?
Now, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's-
I didn't get a face on
It's
the
crazy.
wall.
No, I mean, I've been on the wall for a while, dude. You know those teeth up behind? That's me.
That's so funny.
Those are mine.
Did you use that joke though?
No.
That will work.
No. That's the first time. That's an exclusive, dude. I just think that all the time. When I'm in the But yeah.
Do you like hosting?
Yeah, I love it, man.
Word.
It's something I forget where the first place I ever hosted was. And someone was like, I think you could do that. You have the energy for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I like it a lot. It's like a totally different thing.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm kind of coming around to it. I sucked the first time, so I hated it, and then
Yeah.
I did it again. I was like, well, that wasn't so bad. So now I'm like, it's probably something I should work on, just
Yeah.
to have more opportunities and that kind of thing. But
Yeah, it can't hurt.
It's fun, man, because you get to keep going up. So
That's true.
I like to riff a lot, you know. So
Yeah.
it's fun in between sets to like someone's up there. You know, like we'll do it in the back of the room when someone's performing. You like come up with a tag or something to their joke, or like say something funny to your homie, and then like you get to go up and just say it, and it's cool if it works. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh hell yeah,
Right.
But no, it's fun. I just hosted Sunday. Which is a good time, and it's cool because if you're bombing, you could just be like, "Well, you guys ready for your next comic? Let's keep this thing moving." Instead of being like, "Fuck, I have 10 more minutes." It's like, "Nah, I'm out of here, dude. You guys hate me."
I thought of a good silver lining to it too. I hosted one of the mics at Church of Satire, and I realized that whatever like news thing that happened that day that you know everyone is going to have a joke about, you get to fucking do the first fucking
Yeah.
low hanging fruit hack joke
Yeah.
before it's like totally hack for the evening. You get to sneak one in there and be like, you know,
Yeah, no, that's true.
you're going to hear another 40 of these, but I got the first one at least.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look original.
yeah. Even riffing between, I've had that happen where like someone on stage does something and everyone's thinking the same thing, like if they're bombing or they say something crazy, and then you get to go up and point it out. And I've had like a comic go up and just be like, I was gonna make that joke when I got up here. You're like, yeah, I beat you to it, which is fun. But no, I like it, man. It helps. It's like a good skill to have, because then when you're doing your set, I feel like you can riff and do crowd work you can weave in and out easier,
Okay.
because you get used to dealing with the crowd,
Yeah.
you know, and having to keep the energy high and reading the room a bit, so you get kind of like, it's like a different muscle, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely helps with like producing energy too.
Yeah,
That's always something. I feel like I'm always like I don't know, empath or whatever. Like it fucking in regular conversation. I know that's probably not the right term, but if in regular conversation, it's like, dude, I have the energy that you have.
Yeah.
So like, if you're fucking, you got nothing for me, I'm like drained too. You know what I mean? Like,
I like being an empath comedian's pretty sick. You go on stage, like, I know what everyone here's feeling. I've been in your shoes.
there may or may not be another term for the specific and like vibe. But I don't know what it is.
Look, guys, I don't like me either. I might actually use that when I'm bombing.
Yeah, that's funny.
If you guys didn't like that, don't worry. I hate myself way more.
One of my homies recently said he's a method comedian, which I found hilarious. I was like, I don't think that's a thing, dude. Like a method act, like your Blade or Wesley Snipes and Blade.
Yeah.
You know, like I think all comedians. I talk about real life though. I'm a method comedian. I'm like every comedian.
Yeah.
Talks about their life.
It's 90% of comedians.
Yeah,
That's also not what that means. That just means you're like a comic even when you're not on stage, but kind of like you kind of are generally.
Yeah. Right, that's how comics are. You're just going through life and you're like, oh, that's funny. Maybe that's a bit. Like, that's not method.
Yeah.
That cracked me up, though. I was like, what? But yeah.
I said this a while ago that I feel like if I was going to be an actor, I would have to be a method actor because there's no way I'd be good at acting.
Yeah.
So I'd have to convince myself I'm the character. Like, isn't that cheating? Like, you're not a good actor.
Yeah.
So you're bad at acting, so you have to have psychosis to convince yourself you are the Joker.
Yeah. Imagine being a bad method actor though. Like you're like not good at it off stage either, or like off set.
But you're in character.
You're in character terribly, just all the time. You're just half in character. You're like, damn, dude, this isn't helping at all. I've been Blade. That's
just Blade.
Blade's my favorite one that Wesley Snipes method acted. It's so funny to imagine him like at a gas station in the trench coat with the glasses and just like looking slowly.
Look,
Is that true?
vampires don't pay taxes. I'm not going to pay my taxes either.
Yeah.
He went way method with that.
Yeah, dude, that's a fact. They don't pay taxes.
IRS can't get me. I live forever.
Just look at the files, dude. These vampires don't fucking pay taxes. That's what they all were. But yeah, no, that is true. Wesley Snipes is a method actor.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. So what? I'm trying to think of roles. Isn't he? He doesn't have the most range.
He's Blade. 1, 2, and 3, dude.
Demolition Man.
Never seen it.
Never?
No.
Wow.
That's one I know of it, but I've never seen Demolition Man.
Definitely worth a watch.
And I do the thing where I mix them up in my head with I always think he was in that movie where he was the drunk pilot, but that's Denzel Washington, right?
I was thinking that too. I was
Look, they don't all look alike. That's wild to mix up those two.
I don't know. It's like the.
Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? I'm glad you beat me to it because I was thinking the same thing.
I'm telling you, that's one of those weird Mandela effect things. I think, like, not to keep going.
Well, I think he was in Passenger 57. So
maybe
that was a plane movie. That
that's what it is.
Yep,
yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But I don't know. I mix them up like Anne Frank and Helen Keller kind of thing.
That one's fair.
That's like
I've never seen either of those bitches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Helen Keller probably would have been better at hiding. I mean, she would probably would have. She's a lot more quiet.
That's what they say, dude. And I don't know. Now in the files, they're saying.
I don't think Helen Keller would have been more quiet. She can't hear, so she doesn't know. Nobody can tell her to be quiet.
Well, she couldn't speak either, could she? Or did
she could? Oh wait,
or did
she
she
could
have
hear.
or could she vocalize?
I'm fucked up.
I don't know.
No one knows, dude.
I was just thinking because she'd be in the attic and you hear like you hear like noises because she can't talk.
Fair enough.
Yeah, she probably had a 1.9 GPA, probably. You know,
or she couldn't hear people shushing her.
That's true.
She's like looking somewhere else, and everyone's like, "Shh."
Nick Mullen has that bit about mixing them up and about her being. Imagine trying to hide her.
That's funny.
That. Yeah, it's very funny. But that's a Mandela effect thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know how they locked up Mandela.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he died or whatever. That's like the.
Yeah.
Because everybody thought he died in jail, but he's free, literally free.
Yeah, he became the president, dude.
Oh, that was after he was the president? Or after he got out of jail?
That'd be crazy if they locked it. Like, they were so racist in apartheid that they fucking locked up the president. They were like, nah, dude, lock his ass up. No, that was after he got out. He became the president.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Or whatever. Yeah, maybe president's not the right term, but I think he was the president of some...
I thought he was the president before.
No.
I thought he was in jail for war crime or whatever. Like, what was he in jail for?
I don't think he would be such a hero if he was there for war crimes.
Mandela in jail for war crimes is fucking
war
insane,
crimes
John.
is not the right. It's not the right
Crazy.
term.
Like Saddam Hussein. That's crazy.
I
dude.
meant like I thought another country put him in jail, like Venezuela style. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's what I meant. Not literal war crimes.
No, man. He stood up against apartheid, and they locked they locked him up for it,
And then he
then,
became like president of the country that they locked him up for. Like, in.
well, once they had apartheid had ended, and racism was out of South Africa, right? I believe,
Yeah.
and then he got out. Yeah, he was considered like pretty much the complete opposite of a war criminal.
yeah, a war hero.
He was like a
actually.
hero, yeah.
a literal
Like,
war hero.
he stood up against the racism and colonization of South Africa, and they arrested him and locked him up for it. And then afterwards, he became the president, and it was like
That's sick.
yeah.
Wow.
But that was before the war crimes.
I never.
And before the Mandela effect.
Matter of fact, none of that actually happened. That's the Mandela effect. He actually is a war criminal.
He's a war criminal.
But we think, whenever you think of him, you're like, man, that guy fucking fought against racism.
I never thought about that. Like, what a wild place for racism to exist, like in Africa.
Dude,
Like,
straight to the source of it.
they were like but weren't the white people like the minority? Like, couldn't the whole continent just fucking like
Yeah.
gang up and beat the shit out of
One would think.
One would
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
dude, but I mean, Elon Musk is a direct product of that. His parents
True.
moved, like,
They fled.
Well, I don't know if they fled, but he was born in South Africa and grew up there, and his parents were a part of the like white people who went over there during apartheid.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Because they were like, man, we should go here, dude. They're bringing it back, dude. The place to be. But yeah, no, him being a war criminal, I'm just going to tell people that from now on. I'm going to go, dude, Mandela was a war criminal?
Yeah, I guess I meant result of the war. I thought there was like a civil war there, and that's why he was in jail. That's what I thought.
That's the Civil War
I
thing.
thought he was like I guess he kind of is, but I thought he was like well, I guess literally he is the Martin Luther King of South Africa.
Who was also a war criminal.
Who was also to the government at the time.
Wesley Snipes, Denzel Washington, all war criminals, dude. If you ask me. No, but I think you're thinking of, what is that, Hotel Rwanda? The Civil War genocide?
That is what I'm thinking of. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was all around the same time period.
Um,
I get
Look,
dates.
they don't all look like.
I mean, Africa's a big place. I think that was happening somewhere. There's only like certain parts of South Africa that this happened. It's not like they went into the whole continent and took over the whole continent. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I actually thought this was all simultaneous, like all that stuff was simultaneous, not like just at the same time.
I
thought it
feel
was
like
all-
this is the most out of our league conversation this podcast has ever had.
perhaps.
This is what people fucking...
Geopolitical history of Africa.
Yeah, they were actually attempting to deliver this right now. This is an actual attempt at delivery. Trying to make sure we don't get this so wrong.
I mean, I thought Eli Whitney was fucking was black, so I was way off.
Who's Eli Whitney?
Am I thinking of the wrong?
He created the cotton gin.
The
right?
cotton gin. He created the cotton gin.
Why would you bring that up?
That's
just one of
that's a wild thing to get.
This episode is out of
It's
control.
it's just another historical fact that I was wrong about.
February just ended, John.
Well, that one actually we looked it up.
Oh no, dude.
No, we
looked what up?
I looked it up. I looked it up later that apparently Eli Whitney being a black dude is a common misconception. I guess because they teach you about it in school around the time as the civil rights stuff.
Yeah.
So it's commonly like a misconstrued that he was a black dude.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Taking that GED class, dude.
Did you learn anything new?
It was but it was hella racist, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it was just me and a bunch of black people, in this class. And like the English teacher was like, we're going to go over, proper nouns and stuff. My Uncle Tom said this. I swear to God. And I'm sitting there like, I was like, what? I was like, this doesn't, you could have picked any uncle. Uncle
Any
Mike,
name, any other name.
Uncle Brian.
Any name except Ben.
Still better than Tom. It's still better. It's still an improvement.
Uncle Ben said with, power comes responsibility or whatever he said. You know what I mean?
He
That
had
would've been-
polio, right?
yeah, he was a war criminal too, dude. They're all war criminals.
You made
Lock
rice
them
out of
up.
peanuts, right? That was the guy.
But no, it was crazy, man. It was a wild time. But yeah, no, this podcast has been sufficiently racist.
No, that's a Mandela effect. None of this was.
This is
actually
the
racist.
Mandela effect. That's what I'm blaming everything on from now on. I get pulled over by a cop. I'm gonna be like, I wasn't speeding. It was a Mandela effect, dude. You didn't see anything. But,
Oh, I thought it was Bernstein Bears. I thought it was.
Oh, now you're getting anti-Semitic too. Come on, man. Can't be doing this on the pod.
Don't
dude.
do that to me. I'll take my shit for being wrong about historical events, but
I mean, Bernstein.
Why don't we shift gears and shout out the pods that you're producing currently?
Oh yeah, dude, the Bernstein
Give
Bears
a
are in the
shout.
files. Have you seen that?
really?
Yeah. Yeah. The Bernstein Bears are in the files. You know who's not in the files? Dom and Pickles podcast is not in the files. Thank God. You know, I produced Dom and Pickles podcast and the 1075 podcast with Carlos Ismael and Emerald Stoney, and then Anthony Pickle, Dom Driscoll.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. That's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
We have a great time doing that. You know, you guys got to come on soon.
Absolutely.
Hell
It'll
yeah.
be a blast. Yeah. And I just get to sit in the back and laugh at the things they say. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun for me. I really like it. I enjoy
I
it.
did enjoy some of those ad reads, especially the Zach Jack one. That one was excellent.
That one was incredible because anyone who doesn't know, Anthony Pickle is very homophobic. He's incredibly homophobic. So yeah, we tricked him into
Maybe
reading.
he's just scared because he can be so easily taken advantage of.
Yeah, I think that he's a
Even
small
as-
man.
yeah.
You know, he's a small man. Anyone could, Mandela affect him. You know, but yeah, no. So we were like, we didn't let him read it until we were already on camera, and we peer pressured him into it.
Nice.
And we're like, read this ad, and then he was like, I'm not bitching out. Like, I'll do it. And then he did it and was just like, I don't want that.
I want to bitch out. I'd like
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
I would like to bitch out, please.
Yeah, everyone's coming up to you at the comedy club like, dude, that ad read about you being gay was awesome. And they're like, fuck. Did you watch the podcast? No, dude. I just checked out the ad read. I just saw the clip of you saying you're an Italian gay man.
Yeah, I checked out the ad read and then watched Raised by Television.
Yeah,
That's
we went
crazy.
straight to Raised by Television. I went and listened to Attempted Delivery because those guys, you know, they're not homophobic. They're just racist. So, no, you guys aren't racist.
No, I'm just wrong. Just very wrong.
Accidental racism.
Yeah, we don't want to get sued for any wrong information. Did you see the whole Lion King thing?
No.
No.
Okay, this is hilarious. Some comic was on a podcast.
Oh, the translation?
Yeah, they were
okay,
talking about the Lion King song, like the whatever the fuck.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Pennsylvania, whatever the fuck. Where they're holding up the
Pennsylvania
lion,
lottery.
and this guy is.
It's a groundhog. It's the new PA lottery commercial.
Puxtatawny Phil. Yeah.
And this guy, I don't know what country he's from, but he has an accent. He's, I am assuming, somewhere from somewhere in Africa. I'm not going to be racist and try to guess which one, but he's from somewhere there. And they were like, he was like, you guys know what that means, right? And they're like, no. He's like, oh, look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's what that song translates
no,
to.
hilarious.
really?
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Just, there's a lion. And he
Oh
was
my God.
British. That was the accent.
Well, it sounded.
No, I'm kidding. He was
It's not what it actually means, but the composer is suing him for like $20-some million for misrepresenting the lyrics. I was like, come on, you didn't make enough money off that song. You're trying to fucking
seriously.
cash grab. Like
Yeah.
that's got to be such a weak case. He's a comedian on a podcast, like obviously joking.
Yeah, that can't
Yeah.
be. If anything, you're going to help the comedian for like, isn't that like slander? I mean, I guess that's not slander because it's not untrue information, but
He's
That's
getting
great.
more publicity from the lawsuit than-
100%. That's what I mean.
Blowing
You're going to
up.
help him.
If anything, he should have been like, "That's a damn good joke."
yeah.
It was very funny. I did see that.
Just his delivery. Oh look, there's a lion.
It's a lion.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sang like that too. So funny.
That's- Oh, look, it's a lion. Like, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
We can only hope to get sued.
Oh, fucking Nelson Mandela's family is probably going to reach out to you guys after this.
I had nothing but hey, listen,
This guy said he's a.
I like war criminals, so
You know, we
Big
should have.
Edward Snowden's my hero.
We should have
So-
left our original theme song and gotten sued by CBS, and then fucking actually gotten somewhat of publicity.
I guess, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. We probably
you-
should have.
Just got to hope you get sued by Dragon Force or whatever.
No, we can't get sued by the opening song. That's my song.
I know it's your song. Yeah.
Dragon Force.
But
Yeah, we just need to. Yeah, I did think we should have got somebody to just like talk like Cliff, who can do a good like Cliff Clavin accent or whatever.
Who's Cliff Clavin?
You know who Cliff Clavin? You watch Cheers?
Yeah,
The mailman. Yeah. The original theme song had Cliff Clavin saying it was actually like a quote that we ripped out of Cheers, and there's this like scene where he's like, "Don't you ever make fun of the postal service or any other mail carrier, all right?" And it's like, and it was just like a perfect.
It was timed perfect. It was just the perfect intro.
But you guys were gonna get sued.
Well, we tried to do the
Cheers?
right thing.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Instead of just using it, we had been using it for like months, and then I was like, oh, we should probably get the rights to that because that's probably an issue. So I just thought it would be a matter of like paying, maybe $100 or $2 or whatever for the right to use it or whatever. So I actually found whoever the fuck at CBS.com and was like, hey, we would like to use a clip from the show Cheers for a podcast, and didn't write I put my name on it, but didn't say that we were already using it or what podcast it was, and they wrote back, "We trust that you will no longer use this for the attempted delivery podcast."
Ooh, they did their homework.
You're like, oh no, don't you have? Isn't it like fair use for like 30 seconds or less?
That's what I thought.
Oh shit!
But it doesn't. I guess it doesn't fall under that because we're just.
This is a TV show, maybe.
Yeah, it's that, and also like if you're reviewing something, you can use it or something, but you can't just like.
Yeah, and you also
thing,
can't just
Like,
listen. So like that's why all these, because it drives me crazy when I watch one every once in a while. But that's why these YouTubers, when they are reviewing something, they're fucking constantly pausing
To talk, yeah.
because you have to.
Yeah,
you can't play it straight through. And I'm like, that's why I hate all these review. Like when they review a song or something, it's like stop pausing it. Like just fucking vibe out for like a minute, and they don't because they literally can't.
Yeah, it's
so
got to
like,
be a reaction to it for it to clear. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's very dumb.
And they probably thought you guys were using it like, fucking it would play. And then they're like, attempted delivery today, episode 57 of Why Cheers is Gay as Hell. That's why this show sucks, part 90.
Just a 90 part
It's just every episode is just reviewing why Cheers is not good.
The only good part is Cliff Clavin.
Yeah, this guy was the best. He should have been the main character. Also, name dropping a character like that from a show that old and expecting me to know it is pretty nuts. Funny. Yeah, like Cliff Clavin.
Listen, Nelson Mandela. Who knows?
Yeah, he's president of South Africa, dude.
Is he still the president?
He's dead.
Okay, he's dead now.
I believe he's dead now. I could be wrong.
I hope you're wrong, just so that we're both wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure
that's
he's
the real lyrics to those songs. I don't know why I can't speak tonight. But that's the real lyrics to those songs. Is Nelson Mandela is dead.
Yeah. That's the
oh my god!
I was a Pena.
That's why the lion is now the king of South Africa.
Yeah, they made the lion the king.
Simba,
take over.
Simba Mandela.
Yeah, I think he has to be dead. He was like 70 something when he became president. That was years. That was in like the 90s, right? So it's like.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably because I'm probably like in between the Mandela effect, where like I knew that he was the president, but then I thought he was in jail. Like I thought like that he was the president of a country that was imprisoned by another country. You know what I mean? Like
that's technically true.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess that is.
But the countries it was Britain.
It was just Britain. Yeah.
It was the UK. It was the United Kingdom.
Yeah, that's what I think. I thought that's what I thought was going. I thought he was like, it was just like a hostile takeover of the country that he was the president of.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You thought they did the Venezuela
That's
trick on him.
Yeah,
you thought they hit him with
that's
the old
exactly what I thought.
The old Maduro or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
They snatched his ass up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like a situation like that.
Yeah.
Just because I guess I don't know. But then I guess everybody thought he was already dead. That is fascinating though. Some of those Mandela effects fuck me up.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, no, but I don't know. This is where this is going to get totally wrong, I think. But I think the dude who was president was like corrupt as hell and was like a general or something, and like pretty much like that's why it was easy to come in and like dismantle the whole thing and do what they did, because like he was like a corrupt general and all this stuff was going on.
He was kind of in on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like they just bribed him, and then they probably put him in jail too. Like I don't know.
Yeah, he is dead. So you are correct. 2013, he died.
2013.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Coney 2012. And they took him out.
I think it sounds like it's about around the time that the Mandela effect like became a thing. Probably when he died, they were like, I thought he already died.
You're like, yeah, I thought he died in 9/11, dude. I thought Nelson Mandela was in tower too. But yeah, 2013.
He was the real pilot.
Yeah, the real pilot was Nelson Mandela. I don't know. I guess maybe you're right. I don't know why the Mandela effect took place, but it is a real thing.
That was the first one. That's why it's obviously named after him.
Yeah.
And then I guess which is that's like the cool thing about the internet is people coming up with shit like this.
Yeah.
It's like cool that like that's like one of the positives is that people were like, dude, the cornucopia in the fucking Fruit of the Loom thing, like that's the one that like I swore that thing was there.
One of the positives is funny. It's one of the.
I mean, it's what,
dude. He's alive. No, dude, he's dead, dude. Oh yeah, dude. My God, for the Mandela effect.
There's just so many wrong people. This is, we can all be wrong together.
Fruit of the Loom, Cheerios, Trix yogurt.
That's right. Yeah. The Queen one fucks me up too. The end of We Are the Champions. At the one, it's like, so at the end of the song, We Are the Champions, when they say, of the world, you know that?
Yeah, I support LGBTQ community.
Well, that's not a thing. That's not real. That doesn't end. The song doesn't end like that.
Of the world?
That does not exist.
What?
One of the earlier courses does, but not the end, like the end of the song.
The end of the song does not say of the world. It's just
in the beginning.
We are the champions. Song ends.
Oh. I don't think I've ever listened to that song to the end. I feel like I got it pretty early on. You know what I mean? A minute and a half in, you're like, all right, we get it, dude. You're the champion. You won.
It is perhaps my least favorite Queen song. It was so marketable. Some of those, I feel like that hurt them. I feel like they were more talented than their hits are. You know what I mean?
Then We Are the Champions.
I mean, yeah, it's just like that song's
still a pretty epic song.
It's epic, but I feel that way about all those real like catchy songs. Like a lot of the Beatles songs, I feel like aren't even that good compared to their like actual catalog. You know what I mean?
That's most artists. The single is like the most catchy, but usually not their best song.
Yeah, but like I mean, another one bites the dust. It's just accessible. Like really good and catchy.
Two totally opposite ends of the spectrum. We are the champions, and another one bites the dust.
Man, they covered both. Man, they're fucking. All right, you know what? I take it back. They are talented. They're fucking fantastic.
They are pretty. Our singer bites the dust. Name that one.
I almost went over the line there.
Do it.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah,
I'll tell you after the podcast.
Don't they play that on like New Year's every year? We are the champions of the world.
Maybe
when the ball drops, don't they play that?
I don't know.
They always play. It was funny. One year, I just sat there and called each song as it was coming. I was like, they're gonna do, what's the fucking Green Day one? The
Time of Our Lives.
Wake Me Up When September Ends.
No.
I hope you had the time of your life.
That one. Always. They're gonna do the Ukulele Over the Rainbow.
Yeah.
They're always gonna do that one. There's one or two other ones that they're
John Lennon's
Imagine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of, I think. Not We Are the Champions. But I think it'd be better just to play We Are the Champions when the ball drives, get you fired up for the new year. Like, we won. We made it.
I play We Are the Champions to get fired up for the Iran War.
I play Another One Bites the Dust, dude. For that war.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Yellow Submarine, dude.
Bicycle.
That's the one. That's the one I
like fucking bombs and shit.
That's the one I don't like. And it's so popular. It's like, dude, come on, man. What are we listening to? I know Kate's gonna hate listening to this, but she loves Queen. And I respect Queen, just not like some of the songs that were popular, I don't know why they're like Killer Queen, I think is better than all of those three by a long shot, and it's the least popular of the four.
Where?
I like Wayne's World. You know? That's about as far as it goes for me with Queen.
It's pretty niche. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good reference.
Thanks.
You know, it's a wild fact that I heard about that song. You're an audio guy, right? Like you recording. So they were recording to tape at the time, and there were so many overdubs with all those vocals and harmonies and that kind of thing that supposedly you could look at the tape and like almost see through it because they had just fucking gone through the tape and they were like, we need to print this now before we lose it all.
That's great. Yeah, recording all that to tape seems like if I was their engineer, I'd hate them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They had to have like engineers really had to pull their weight back then, huh?
You only had 23 tracks to work with.
Yeah.
So if you started running out of tracks, you would have to bounce down these down to 2 tracks and then free up these. And they probably did that like a dozen times, however many times.
Man, that's fascinating.
And what a shitty song to have to do that for.
How dare you, sir?
What a not worth it.
How dare you, sir?
What song do you think we're talking about?
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Okay, no, you're right. I just to make sure you didn't think Bicycle Race. I just making sure you didn't think Bicycle Race had 27.
I thought we were still talking about Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, his heart.
I thought you were talking about
the Lion King theme song, dude. No, I'm talking about Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah.
How dare you, sir?
I mean,
I'm just messing with you.
No, it's an okay song, I guess.
I feel like another reason, like a lot of those hits, they like. We don't appreciate them as much anymore because people wouldn't shut the fuck up. They played them so much. Like,
yeah,
the radio ruined so. Like, Don't Stop Believin'. It's a fucking perfect song, but I could go the rest of my life and never hear it again, and I'd be totally fine with it.
Yeah,
it's an epic song. It's great. It's like the fucking quintessential love song. But like, God, I don't ever need to hear that Journey song ever again.
Any artist I like, usually the singles, like the popular ones, like are. I find that like I'm like, all right, they're fine, but like I want to dig into the album and find like the good shit.
I bet
gems.
there's some that you don't feel that way. Red Hot Chili Peppers. You probably like their hits, and then you listen to their album, you're like, what the fuck is in between these hits?
No, one of my favorite songs of theirs is I Could Have Lied, which is just a real simple song. Apparently, he wrote it about Sinead O'Connor. But
you should have lied.
He should have lied about the age of his girl. He should be lying now. So should she.
I like Venice Queen by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
It's another niche song. Totally.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. I'm like legitimately more familiar with their like late albums.
Yeah, you seem like a Can't Stop
I don't like...
No, new albums. Like the last...
Oh, you're a Danny California.
No, even newer than that. Like they put out 2 albums in 2022 and they're fucking fantastic.
Really?
They're really good.
I kind of only like Blood Sugar Sex Magic. That's kind of the only album
fair.
there's
That's fair.
Yeah.
They
Most
are
people
great
agree.
live.
They look phenomenal.
Good.
Live. Yeah.
I just
adding live at the end of that was very important.
They did.
They look fucking hot, dude. I'll tell you what.
Flea really does it for me.
Flea paying butt naked. You're just like, he looks incredible up there. I'll tell you what.
What's his name? Anthony Kiedis looks like a wax sculpture of Justin Long melted.
Yeah. Very accurate statement.
Did you make that up?
Yeah.
That's shockingly accurate.
That was just very,
Not as shocking as you knowing who Justin Long is.
I do know who Justin Long is.
Okay, fair enough.
Mostly from, I think, a couple movies. He was in... Oh, man, it was with Seth Rogen, and it was very funny. Just like one scene that always sticks out. Him arguing with his boyfriend.
Blade.
Yeah, Seth Rogen was in Blade, right? He played Blade.
Mandela effect.
I'm a daywalker.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's a great interruption. No, I legitimately, I've said this before, but I do think that like they're making some of the best music of their career.
The Chili Peppers.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do believe that. I think they made 2. They did. It's 2 albums, 2 full-length albums in 2022, and they're both fantastic. Like really musically done well. And then they had one in like 2018 that was really good too.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's worth. I mean, and especially because it's less weird. I don't love how weird they were.
Yeah, there were some knuckleheads with their old music, I haven't done heroin in a while, so
yeah. No, this you could
I kind of fell out of the.
Yeah, you could get away with just being like high on weed with their new albums.
Can you be sober?
I mean, you're asking.
Are they good sober?
No, they are. They've gotten like almost jazzier than they used to be.
I could see that. You guys see like Flea's an actor now?
Oh, really?
He's terrible at it. He's in a bunch of movies.
He was in Back to the Future and shit like that.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a Mandela effect thing, dude. Is he really in Back to the Future?
Is he a cornucopia?
No. He was
Biff?
100%. No,
Was he Biff?
He was like one of the like bad guys, but he was also, remember like the crazy guy who was trying to race him and then they crashed?
No.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm so sorry. I got overloaded, dude.
I'm glad I'm not the one bringing movie conversations to a screeching halt. It's really great that I'm not the one doing it because that's usually my forte.
Yo, dude, I'm overstimulated with this Back to the Future song, dude. It's giving me anxiety. Yeah, and I only remember like when he puffed up his shoes and when they went back to the future and the skateboard, the hoverboard.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even remember that.
And when he went back and he pulled a Elvis and he went and played some black music in front of all those white people.
Right.
And he was like, your kids are gonna love this.
Your kids are gonna love this.
Yeah. Nelson Mandela is gonna love this, dude.
You guys are gonna hate this.
Fun fact, that was in 1955. He's playing an ES 345. That guitar was not built or released, made until 58.
It's a terrible movie. What a stupid movie.
Stupid movie.
What a stupid movie.
Almost as bad as Bohemian Rhapsody, dude. If you ask me. That song's probably in that movie.
It was funny if that was the song Michael J. Fox starts coming up, like, hitting that high note. Like,
Let me go. Your kids are gonna love this. Gay people are gonna love this in the future.
the rest of the band just knows the backups for no reason.
Yeah, they just know Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, that'd be very funny.
They're just improv. They just wrote it on the spot, just riffing Bohemian Rhapsody.
I actually, literally, just before this podcast, sitting on the toilet, saw a clip that I did not know about Back to the Future. Apparently, in Back to the Future 2, Elijah Wood was one of the weird in the restaurant, in the diner.
Frodo?
Yeah. He was actually like one of the people playing with the video game, like the gun they were figuring out. Michael J. Fox like comes over, he's like, "No, this is how you do it." Like,
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I did not know
crazy.
that was Elijah Wood.
And Flipper.
You're welcome for more facts that nobody asked for.
I'm like, that's why he knows so much about Back to the Future, dude. He's been watching reels on the toilet. He's acting like he remembers all this from back when it came out.
He just learned this.
He's just started watching it.
I do.
Yeah. When did that movie
Sadly.
come out? Like, was that pre-Parkinson's?
Oh
No,
yeah,
I'm kidding. I was asking a Sean question. But you're so used to it that you just genuinely gave me an answer.
I know.
That is a Sean question.
Did he have Parkinson's in the movie?
Well, it was actually the exposure to all that plutonium that gave him the Parkinson's.
Nice.
Hit 88. Is it 88?
Yep.
Hit 88 and couldn't stop shaking. Yeah.
So you remembered 88 miles per hour, but not Cliff Clavin?
Bro, no one knows who Cliff Clavin is, dude.
Everybody knows who Cliff Clavin
I know.
is.
Guys, write in. Who knows who Cliff
Yeah,
Clavin?
put it in the comments if you know Cliff Clavin. But no, I know, what's his name? Ted Danson?
Yeah.
Cliff Clavin.
Who was his character? So you just didn't watch Cheers? I mean, you just
Cliff
didn't watch
Clavin.
Cheers.
No, I watched Cheers a lot growing up.
Really? And you
Yeah.
don't know Cliff? No, he was the guy. He was like
He was in every episode.
I know who. Once you guys said it, but
Yeah.
like
He was also the heel, kind of, like everybody hated him.
This is how much I don't know. That I don't know if you guys are referencing his in-show name or if that's the actor's name.
I will say I love Cheers, and I can't tell you the actor's name.
So his in-show name is Cliff Clavin.
Yes.
Yeah. His real
Okay.
name is John Ratzenberger.
Yes. And he's,
okay.
yeah.
Is that the dude from Jurassic Park?
No.
Is that just a similar looking guy?
No.
guy-
You're thinking of Norm.
Newman.
You're thinking of Norm in Cheers, the fat drunk at the end of the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
who kind of looks like Wayne Knight, who played Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park.
Who's Newman on
Newman on Seinfeld.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I never actually thought of how similar Newman and Norm look.
Yeah, they kind of do. They both
Short,
got-
fat, curly hair.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Probably both Jewish.
If I had to guess,
If I was a betting man.
Wouldn't be last.
If I was a betting man, I'd put all my shekels on it.
George went, and I share a birthday.
Yes.
Who's George Wendt?
Norm.
Norm.
Oh my god, dude.
I am a wealth of useless knowledge, if you haven't noticed.
This makes me not
you're
feel
just-
so bad about not knowing anything. At least I don't know all that nothing.
Well, I don't know any of the facts about what you guys were talking about because my head is full of fucking actors.
I already forget what we were
Lines from-
talking about.
Yeah, you're like upper millennial, right?
Yes.
I don't know what I am.
You're an elder millennial.
elder millennial.
43, whatever that means.
And I'm like, not at the cutoff, but I'm a younger millennial.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. Me and him are like the same age, so it's definitely like a gap in that where your brain was already somewhat developed when all those.
The
movies
thing
and
is that
shows
we
came
had
out.
like
We
a
were
little
kids.
bit more fun. Like we had like some video games. He had like just Mario.
I don't think that's true. Just Mario.
Just Mario. It's just nothing else. Nothing else
Okay,
existed.
and
This
Zelda.
motherfucker was playing Snake
and
and,
Zelda.
Pong.
Not that old.
Yeah, no, I mean when 90
NES was my first system. I'm trying to hold my hand.
This happens a lot. The stage
He
setup
said it's
is
okay. It's all right. Just calm down, old man.
I am older, but I'm not that old.
That's why you can't get Sean talking about Queen, dude. He'll start trying to hold your hand and shit. He gets too into it, man. But yeah, no, that's some older millennial references. Cheers. Like if you ask someone who was like still in their 20s, they probably don't even know what Cheers is.
I am. That's true. Yeah, I guess I am like a little. I'm not. It's weird that I like Cheers so much.
Yeah, I haven't had cable in a long time, but growing up, I definitely I watched the Cosby Show a lot.
Yeah.
You know, pre Epstein files.
Pre-Parkinson's.
Before Cosby had Parkinson's, before they locked Cosby up for war crimes, I was watching.
Unfortunately, they didn't lock him up for war crimes.
No, that's a war criminal.
It's crazy that Mandela got locked up and Cosby's free.
Cosby's free as a bird, dude. And OJ's dead. Crazy. But yeah, war criminal Bill Cosby. I was watching his show. Cheers, like all that stuff. I don't even know what else goes into that, but yeah. What are you doing? Marking down when you said
Yep. All right. Well,
mark it again, dude. I figured that's what it was. That's funny.
yeah, it is what I'm doing.
Yeah, you got to bleep that out, dude. You can't be.
Fucking yeah, YouTube.
Who you think you are, Bill Cosby? You think you can just
Yeah,
get away
I can't
with
just be
it?
getting away with it.
Yeah, come on, man. Got to bleep that out for the YouTube. But
Yeah, he got away with all that. We can't say the word.
It's wild.
you were not a doctor. so-
Priorities, people.
Well, YouTube doesn't
true.
miss. What are they? What's it called? Mistrial. YouTube does no mistrials.
No.
So
Yeah, YouTube will lock you up.
yeah, YouTube doesn't use evidence from previous cases. They are the king.
Yeah, they are. They use AI just to scroll through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys big AI guys? You guys use Chat GPT?
I use it to like shop. It is very useful.
What,
for
Chat
shop.
EBT?
Yes. I use it to like, yeah, it's helpful for like, I mean, which is funny. We were just talking about it a while ago that like, I didn't even use it to get like, we're going to go to the beach soon. And I didn't get it. I didn't use it to find like a good hotel room. And he's like, have you ever used it for that? I'm like, no, but I fucking should have.
Yeah.
That would have been a great
I
idea.
just used it for the first time, like a few weeks ago, like
Really?
to find a hotel in New York. Like I was just like, find me the cheapest hotel near this and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and it gives you a bunch of the options. I was like, well, I also want to go here, here, and here, and it'll break
It's-
down like, you know, this is the cheapest rate. This is the closest to here if you're going to go there. Like it was useful.
Yeah, I bet you were stoked to tell him. New to Chat GPT?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
dude, you got to check this out, dude. Come a long way from Cheers, man.
Yeah, I've used it for especially like I remember the most significant use I used it for was buying like a TV because I
Yeah.
could just ask, is this good for gaming? And it'd be like, yeah, it has this refresh rate, blah blah blah. And then I'm like, all right, now do this one. So you basically, it's so sick because you just like, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a refresh rate for PlayStation, and I don't want to spend this much. And it's like, yeah, I can give you everything you need in seconds. It's
You need 120 hertz, right, for the PlayStation
I think
Pro?
so. I don't even know the information. I didn't have to learn it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because ChatGPT learned it for me.
Yeah, I use it for like cooking and stuff like that. It's helpful. Yeah, it's helpful when you're cooking and you're like, how much of this should I put in? Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, I've made some really good food that I probably wouldn't have been able to make. I also use it to gaslight myself. Like, I'll use it and I'll be like, explain to
Underrated.
me. Yeah, explain to me
Underrated.
why it's socially acceptable for me to wear a do-rag. And it'll be like, you're unstoppable. Be like, of course it makes sense for you to wear a do-rag. That's what Nelson Mandela fought for. But no, I think it's cool. I like ChatGPT for like logic. I don't know, people have like relationships with it. That's crazy.
Yeah, it seems.
Yeah, that's why the Gen Zers hate it, dude. They hate AI and ChatGPT. But it's like, but then you'll ask them, well, why do you hate it? And they'll be like, because my best friend's like dating it. And you're like, okay, well, that's not a lie. Your best friend's insane. You know?
Yeah, no, it's actually helping you because
Yeah.
it's showing you he's insane.
That's a
and now you
crazy
can
person.
never speak to them again.
Well, if you knew a dude dating ChatGPT,
I feel like that's more common for
I don't
sure.
know if it's, I was going to say, I don't know if that's
I would
worse or
assume
better.
that's-
It's more understandable. You'd be like, this guy's lonely.
That's
but
because
it's-
you're a misogynist. You're like, women shouldn't be dating machines, but men,
I mean, women
they
been
can fuck
dating-
vacuums, okay?
They've been dating machines fucking since 1950, dude. They've been dating vibrators for as long as they've been around.
Before that, they just went to the doctor for hysteria.
Before that, they just strapped him to a horse. Fucking let it run buck wild. An unbroken horse. Yeah.
It's definitely, for sure, it's got to be more common men are dating ChatGPT.
Yeah, you're right. Once I thought about it, it's like,
Yeah,
it's-
those
if you're-
fucking losers. Men are
they're
fucking
pathetic.
pussies, yeah.
They're the worst, dude. I hate them. I can't stand them. I'm so not gay, dude. I love women.
ChatGPT, how do I
Yeah.
gaslight myself into being straight?
ChatGPT, how prove I'm not gay? It's like, you hate Queen, you hate Bohemian Rhapsody. You don't listen to any of that stuff. You're right.
That is one cool thing, and it's cool and creepy, but like if you use I've only used ChatGPT just because that was the first one I knew about.
Yeah.
And it literally does get to know you. Like if you
Yeah.
have an account and it's like, well, the best, and if you ask it like, all right, what's the best what like recently I looked up like, hey, I was asking it about this like supplement company that I've been getting advertised. And I'm like, hey, what's up with this company? Do you think it's like legit? And it's like, well, it's kind of legit, but for you kind of like you kind of stick to like workouts and like discipline and stuff. So it's kind of like not really worth it for you. And I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like this is so crazy. Like
If you don't clear the memory on it, it'll remember. Same thing. If I ask it something, it'll reference like something I might have told it 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
And factor it into what I'm talking about. Like, oh, well, you drive this
It
car.
always comes
Yep.
back around to 9/11.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
well, you didn't believe that story, so if you think
but
if you think Tower 7 was weird,
yeah. No, definitely. I've definitely like looked up how many times someone's been in the Epstein files through ChatGPT. I'm like, I use AI to scan it for me. Grok is Elon Musk's AI. Grok, unhinged. Because
Yeah.
like ChatGPT, they put a limit on it, and it has to like be nice to you.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
otherwise,
yeah.
people commit suicide. They got some lawsuits from it or whatever that drove some teenagers to kill themselves. But so they like make it, and it limits what it can tell you about certain topics. It'll be like, oh, it's not my place, or some whatever it words it. But Grok will be like, remember, like you guys saw when Grok was talking about how like how Hitler was right.
No, I
You
missed
guys didn't
that.
see that?
No,
yeah,
no.
people were like asking it stuff like that, and it was like trying to use references to be like Hitler was probably right.
Jesus.
And Elon Musk is like, yeah, it's freedom of speech, man. Like you can't be limited in the AI. If this is what the AI says, it was great. But yeah,
And then Grok was like, Hitler would have hated Elon Musk. He's like, all
Pretty
right,
much.
we got to put limits on AI.
we got to limit it. But it's fun to switch between the two. Like it's interesting
Yeah.
if you type the same questions into both. Like Grok's definitely way more.
It'd be funny if you could get them arguing.
You get the
You
Judgment Day. Start fighting with each other.
you actually
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
What were you
I was
you actually
done.
could do that. Did you ever see that like somebody they prank called two different? I think it was two different like restaurants and fucking put them on and there was
Yeah,
like
never-
them like what you called us and they were like, yeah, that's very funny.
Who you gonna prank? You guys know Ownage Pranks?
No, ownage pranks. Is that
He's like-
person?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a dude. He used to have a radio show and then he took it to YouTube, but he's like famous for like the Chinese food prank calls where like he would call a Chinese place and pretend to be a Chinese place. So he'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to do the voice, but he'd be he'd be like, what do you want to order? And they'd be like, what do you want to order? Like you call that and he'd be like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
like, what do you want to order? And they would go back and forth, but he does all these different voices. But one of my best friends got pranked by him. It has like 2 million views.
That's
Oh, nice.
sick.
It's crazy.
That's
dude.
really fun.
And he called me. Yeah, there was he was a rapper and he put on Craigslist an ad for like doing book me to do,
Oh, man.
to do weed shows.
He definitely got God.
And this dude called him doing black voice and was just like, "Hey man, like how long you been rapping, man?" And he was like, like a minute. He said, "Damn dog, 1 whole minute, damn." and he made him freestyle about double-ended dildos and ball sacks. And my friend called me when it went up on YouTube. He called me in the morning and was like, "Man, like my rap career is over. Like I got pranked." And I'm like. And we used to get high and listen to this guy's videos all the time. So I'm like, pranked by who? He was like, "Man, Ownage Pranks." And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here. There's no way." And he was like, "Go on YouTube and look it up." And yeah, sure as shit, I was watching it. I'm on the phone with him dying laughing. He's like, "This shit ain't funny, man." I was like, "Yo, it's so funny."
Was the freestyle good though?
It's all right. It was just funny that the dude was just like, "Yo, he was like, you could do a show for me, man, but you do the weed music." And my friend's like, "Yeah, man." And he was like, "All right, cool, man, but you do the show, we gotta do a little drug test beforehand." And he's like, "What?" But he's like, "Can you do a freestyle about double-ended dildos?" And without hesitation, my friend was like, "Man, double-ended dildos, I got mad flows." And he's on the phone with him for like 13 minutes. At one point, he's gonna hate that I'm talking about this on a podcast, but I find it so funny. But
he's got to lean into it.
I told him that. You
gotta lean into that dildo.
You gotta lean into it. And then he goes, "Yo, man, like, what's your YouTube? I'm gonna subscribe to you." And so he like tells him it, and he's like, "All right, I just subscribed. Like, check out my channel." And he's like, "Ownage Pranks," and the guy's like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, all right, cool, man. I just followed you." And at that point, I was like, "How did you?" He stays on the phone with him for like 5 minutes after that. And then the dude's like, "Yo, you got pranked, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, it seems a little fishy." He was like, "You had me rapping about double-ended dildos and ball sacks." But if anyone wants to look it up, it's Ownage Pranks rap music booking video. It's like a picture of Ja Rule on the thumbnail. But that's like one of my best friends I grew up with. Nice. It's a very funny video. But
I think we just proved that the Venn diagram of people who know who that is and know who Cliff Clavin is are two completely separate circles. They do not meet.
Yeah. He's very you reminded me with the Chinese food, like people, because he used to do that where like he would call and pretend to be in a
I bet
restaurant.
that the video they probably ripped it off from him.
Probably, yeah.
Or it was his video that I saw a clip of, possibly. But it's probably more like the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very funny. Ownage Pranks. I'm sure he still does it, but he was like, that's like early 2000s shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is old. Oh, no. I don't think he's still doing it because it's all like, no, 3 years ago. Some shorts.
Maybe he's on like TikTok now.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean to derail the conversation.
No, it's fun. It's a very funny story.
Anytime I get to bring that up, I'm very happy about it. And then my friend got like hella views on one of his songs from it. Because the dude did plug his stuff at the end. He was like, "You're a good sport."
That's cool.
And he plugged his stuff, but he was so embarrassed he deleted it all. I was like, why would you do that? This was your big break.
Free publicity.
Yeah. One of your songs got like 200,000 views in like a night, dude. And he got like 10,000 subscribers and he deleted everything. He was like, "Nah, man, that guy had me rap." He's Jamaican. He's real homophobic.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
so he was like, "This guy had me rapping about ball sacks."
Honestly, I agree with him now.
And then I think at the end, after he tells me he got pranked, he was like, "I love you, dog." And he was just like, "All right, man." And he was like, "Say it back, man. Say it back." He was like, "I love you. Mwah. Kiss me." And that's where he really was like, "Man, fuck this shit." I was like, "Bro, I don't know how you didn't hang up 7 minutes earlier." But yeah, that video is hysterical.
You mentioned cooking. What cook anything good, interesting recently?
I made some really good pasta recently.
Nice.
I made some pesto, a little vodka sauce, some penne.
Hell yeah.
I make a lot of pasta, a lot of butter.
Word.
That's about it.
I fucked up my spaghetti last night.
Yeah? Like eating it or like cooking it?
Both.
Fucked up cooking it, and then I fucked it up because it was still good enough.
Yeah.
Well, I got a craving. Like, I haven't been doing a lot of pasta. I've been trying to not do as many carbs and that kind of thing. But Tony Knuckles, T-Bone, Lunsby show. The question of the week was favorite pasta shape, and I was like bucatini, and I was saying how I can't find it in stores very often. And the next time I went to fucking Giant, it's sitting right there on the shelf. And I was like, all right, I guess I have to.
A whole lot of bucatini.
Right. So I made it and just made like a real simple meat sauce. I didn't make it from scratch. I just ground beef, couple jars of Rayo's, but you doctor it and like added onion, all kinds of like shit to it. But generally when I make pasta, I'll saute the onions and put like a little sugar. I know that's like an online thing, like no sugar in spaghetti sauce. Like you don't just dump it in like a fucking heathen. I put it on the onions, let them caramelize a little bit. Look in the cabinet, there's no sugar. So I'm like looking around for something to like add that sweetness. Like the honey is crystallized at the bottom of the fucking thing. It's like rock hard. So I was like, I can't use that. I have like maple syrup, but I was like, the maple's gonna fucking taste weird in spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
So I had this little thing of like monk fruit sweetener.
Yeah.
Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
Nice. And I added like just a few drops, but it was just like too much. And like Kate tasted it easy later, and she's like, "It's like too sweet, and it's weird. Like it's still edible. But it's kind of one of those things where like you were craving one thing, and then you made it, and you fucked it up, and you're like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to make this again to make it like right in my brain because I fucked it up."
That's cool, man.
That
was just a long-winded way of saying I made my fucking spaghetti sauce too sweet.
That's sick, man. I love pasta and spaghetti. I make a lot of, I made one so good, like last week, my girlfriend was sleeping and I went and woke her up. And I was like, take a bite of this. And then she just took a bite of it and I was just like, yeah. And I just walked out. You know that shit is good.
Yeah. And just leave.
Oh, get a load of this.
Get a load of this sauce.
You're never going to believe it. And then she's like, use ChatGPT. I'm like, don't worry about it.
It's ChatGPT me.
Yeah, exactly. ChatGPT me. I can't even say it. That was a tongue twister.
I can't believe I got it out.
Yeah, I know. You killed that. That was great. Chat GP me. I'm gonna start saying that. I'm gonna do this when I say it. It's fucking Chat GP me. Oh, mind your business. Take it easy.
Well, we know you got to get out of here, but I'll ask you the same question that we've been asking the last few guests as far as food.
Is this a Malort thing?
No.
Now we're done with that.
I have like.
You want a shot of Malort? Did you just want a shot of Malort?
Yeah, give me Malort, dog. Ask me a truth or Malort, whatever it is.
Now I was just gonna ask, like, do you have anything that everyone else loves and you think it's disgusting, you can't understand why, or vice versa? Do you have something that you love that everyone else like thinks is gross?
I like to put maple syrup on mac and cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I'm gonna try it.
It's really good.
I'm gonna try it.
Interesting.
I've heard it's a Canadian thing.
All right.
I don't know if that's just
They also like poop on their fries. So
What?
poutine. Did you ever hear of poutine?
No.
They like shit on their. No, it's gravy.
They shit on their fries. That was such a crazy transition.
They put gravy. Well,
I like how he was like, I'm going to try it, and then immediately slandered me. And was
no.
They also shit on
you
their
said
food.
it was Canadian. I was just talking shit on Canada.
Yeah, that's true.
No, poutine is like gravy, beef gravy on French fries,
And
it's
and,
actually
and cheese curds.
and
sounds
cheese.
good.
It's all right. Yeah, if you want that.
I don't know why I did it one night. I just like, it was a weird, my intrusive thoughts won, and I made like a big thing of mac and cheese, and then I was grabbing a drink, and the maple syrup was just right there on the counter, and I just dumped a bunch of it in and took a bite, and it tastes like a McGriddle.
Okay, I can see that.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah.
Right?
Maybe I should have used maple syrup in my spaghetti.
Yeah, I think maple syrup goes with everything.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm still spaghetti. Feels like that would be weird.
Sometimes I drink it.
Yeah.
Word. Another mac and cheese thing I've done in the past, add some curry powder. Not a ton.
Okay.
But if you add a little bit, it's pretty good.
Maple syrup. I will try. I would try it.
So give it a try and get back to me. You know what I mean? Anyone leave for the viewers.
Yeah. Maple syrup
Give
and
it a
coffee
try.
is good.
You know, and another thing with mac and cheese is you can American pie it. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can fuck your mac and cheese. Stick your dick in it. But yeah, no, I still have like 10 more minutes, man. We don't,
right.
we started pretty early, so we're good
Fair
on
enough.
time.
Yeah.
Anything that you can't stand that everybody else seems to love?
Queen. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
could eat that, but
Oh yeah, food wise.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, what was the question?
is the opposite of the last. Is there anything that you can't stand that everyone else seems to love? Like mine is Swiss cheese. I don't even understand why it exists, and I'm on a mission to just abolish it from the planet. But it's just-
Apartheid.
Yeah. Probably like
I'll put that in the oven.
Damn.
Actually, no, I won't because I don't want to eat it. So I'm not going to put it in the oven. So never mind. I'll put it on a train and send it far, far away.
oh jeez.
Sorry, we're Yeah.
I'm not sending the Swiss cheese to Auschwitz, dog.
Auschwitz.
Yeah, the Auschwitz. Not the Auschwitz cheese.
That sounds like a menu item. The
It does.
Auschwitz omelet.
Let me get the Auschwitz. That's Chat GP me.
Well, if we weren't in YouTube jail yet this episode, we are now.
Auschwitz is amazing.
Auschwitz cheese.
That rules.
Please say anything right now. Please say any words
Let
right
it
now.
simmer, dude. Let people really digest that. I want them to visualize the letters in their head. Auschwitz. I hate mayonnaise.
Alrighty.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I feel like mayonnaise is disgusting. I don't get why people like it. One time when I was a kid, I ate I thought it was peanut butter. I don't know why. I was a dumb kid. But
You don't see color.
exactly. I'm not racist, so I thought it was peanut butter. I thought it was mulatto. But I popped open some mayonnaise and just took like a giant spoonful and just
Yeah.
ate it.
How did you think it was peanut butter? Like,
I don't know.
even the texture, like dipping in, was like, wow, that was pretty smooth.
I was just moving real quick, I think. I think
Fair
I was
enough.
fired up like as a kid. I was just
Fair enough.
I didn't
Listening
stop.
to We Are the Champions.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Hellman's is making peanut butter now? Let me get
Let me get some of that. Watching Back to the Future. Yeah, I don't know, but I just remember like being so traumatized with a mouthful of mayonnaise, and I can't even stand the sight of it now.
That's why you don't like white women. You just can't stand it. You ate a
yes.
mouthful of mayonnaise.
Let's get back to this Auschwitz thing.
A lot of people hate mayonnaise. My dad hates mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's gross. I mean, I haven't tried it in years. I've come around a lot of things as an adult,
Same.
but I think I'm so traumatized by it, and
Yeah, you'll have to start with it on like a hoagie at first.
yeah. But I mean, you're right. I don't like white women, so. No, people come up to me and ask me that all the time.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I get a lot? They'll be like, "Is your kid black?" I get that a lot. I'll be like, "No." I'll be like, "I continued the race, and then
Continued the apartheid.
I did my job, right? Did my job, and now
Never again.
yeah, now I'm free to step out and race mix." But yeah, that's a wild question whenever you get it. One time I was talking to this girl years ago, and she was like, it was a Puerto Rican woman, and she was like, "Is your kid white?" I went, "Yeah," and she went, "Ugh." I was like,
She's like, gross.
yeah, yeah, a real racist.
You know that's going to look old someday, right?
more white people on the planet.
I don't remember whose bit it was. So this is not my original thought. This is somebody's bit. But it was like the way to cure racism is like mandatory mixing races. Like it's illegal to reproduce with your own race. So that way eventually it would just level out everyone. But I mean, I don't know.
I like
It would literally take one generation. Yeah.
But that also seems like a roundabout way to eliminate all races.
yeah.
But
You know
then-
what I mean?
Yeah, see, Damien doesn't like that. He's like, we got to keep some white.
Yeah.
I can't. Not everyone could be brown. We can't have that.
Yeah,
No,
I
also-
mean, we got to sell sunblock somehow, right?
Yeah, I like the term of curing racism, like it's a fucking disease or something. Get some chemotherapy and you won't be as racist.
I
You're
think
like,
chemotherapy might cure racism.
it might cure. You'll look more racist at the end of it. You'll be bald, but if you're white.
Keep doing it. You just can't stop.
Yeah, American History X, man. But yeah, cure racism is a very funny way to put it. But I don't know. It could go south too, though. You know.
True. I think that's probably where it should go. Is curing racism should go to the south.
It should go south. That's where they should start. We should go down there and try and cure them. These folks are sick.
Why is it always the South? The South here, South Africa? Like what? Why is?
I don't know, man. That's a good.
What is it about the South that?
I think that's a valid question. I think the North just don't fuck with that.
When it's weird because, like, in Africa, South Africa's below the equator, so it's not even like a proximity to the equator. And then Brazil is on the equator, so it's not like what the. And then the more north you go, the more white people are. How they less racist? You think that would be you think the North would be more racist? You know what I mean? Am I off on that? You know what I mean?
Maybe
They're whiter people. The further north you go, the whiter the people are.
Well, if there's only white people, then there's no one to be racist against, I guess.
Well, yeah.
I don't know calculus, dog.
I don't know calculus.
This is an equation. This is, W equals Y equals B / something. I don't know the answer to this one.
Yeah.
That's like how we looked at each other like, shouldn't we be more racist?
I didn't say we. I said north.
We looked at each other like, I don't know, man. How much more racist can we get? I mean, we're doing our best. That's funny.
I thought we were doing pretty good with Auschwitz. I don't know.
Auschwitz is, dude, I think that's $1 million idea. I think we should come together and make Auschwitz cheese. And I think we'll be rich.
They'll give you gas, that's for sure.
Oh, Jesus.
You already
There we
made a
go.
gas joke. I don't know. Don't get mad at me. You said it already.
Well, it's been fun being employed. It's been fun. This is going to ruin our lives.
I'd say we work for the federal government.
I can't wait
Well,
to
then
read
again,
that headline.
we might get
We
promoted.
get promoted.
Send these guys to the top.
You guys are co-postmaster generals.
Yeah. Post Auschwitz. K-Swiss, man.
K-Swiss.
Anything you want to plug?
No, what's the case?
Oh, yeah.
Directly after that conversation, is there anything that you want to draw attention to?
Yeah. Eating Swiss cheese and wearing KKK Swiss shoes would be the way to go. Yeah, man, I have some shows I could plug if I still have them after this.
This comes out next week.
Comes out next week. Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess let me not plug the ones that are this weekend. Because I have ones 28th and 29th. But April 18th, I'll be at Hotel Fiesole in Skipback.
Hell yeah.
I am headlining with Logan Mallon,
Nice.
who's the man. Love Logan. That's going to be a great time. April 18th. April 25th, I'm at Birdsboro Fire Hall in
Hell yeah.
Birdsboro.
I'm on that one.
You are on that one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah, I didn't see you on the flyer.
Yeah, I don't know who else is on it, but I know I'm on it.
Yeah, what the hell?
Just sent it to me today or yesterday.
What the hell? We got to remake that flyer. We got to put Sean Dickens sheets on
Yeah,
there.
well, there's only 4 seats in the car. So.
I know. I don't know who made that flyer. They put us in like, those little carts at a Giant. You put your kid in like the red
Yeah.
car. It's like one of those. But yeah, because I was like, I think there's more than 4 people on this show.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
mean,
why-
there's at least 5.
There's at least 5. I mean, now there's going to be 1 after this podcast comes out. But yeah, so that'd be cool. Birdsboro Fire Hall.
yeah.
That'd be a great time. That's going to be fun. May 3rd, I'm doing a guest spot at Telus for POV comedy.
Oh,
at the
nice.
Mike Cannon.
It's so funny that I helped run that and I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a guest spot on that. It should be really cool. I love Mike Cannon, so that'll be a blast.
sick.
That'll be my first time performing at Telus, which would be awesome.
Good room.
Yeah, I've been there and watched the shows plenty of times, I've played chess in there a few times. Yeah, it's neither here nor there. But May 15th, I'll be at Rivet in Pottstown. I believe that show is with Drew Montana,
Okay.
which will be
Sick name. I don't know him.
You don't know Drew Montana?
No.
Out of Philly? He's really great. I'm excited to be on that show.
I know Joe Montana because I'm old.
Joe Montana? Yeah, he's on that show too.
He's on the
Joe
show,
Montana,
too.
he's coming out of retirement. It's a Mandela effect. I met him. May 16th, I'm hosting the show at the Broad Street Market in Harrisburg
Nice.
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
Malik Stark's putting on. Ali Asif's on that. Trevor Austin, I believe, is the headliner.
Oh, fuck yeah. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, I believe he's headlining. Caitlin Austin is also on it. I don't think they're related.
They're not.
And then June 13th, Pine Run Ridge show at a disc golf course at Anthony Pickle. He loves his disc golf. And he puts on a show annually there during the summer, which I've heard last year was a great time.
It's at the 14th hole.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
I don't know if they have holes, actually.
I don't know. I think they have chain nets. I don't know how disc golf works.
Oh, yeah.
All
they
I
do
know
have
is
chain
that
nets. You are correct.
Yeah, chain
Several
nets.
people on my route are into this because I keep delivering. Like, how many fucking frisbees do you need?
Yeah.
Every week I'm like delivering several, and they're just too big for the mailbox.
So you had to get out for them?
No, I'm not going to the door for a fucking frisbee. No, I leave that shit right there. I was like, I'm not going to the door for a frisbee. Fuck off. Like,
it seems
just
pretty
unwrap it and throw it to the door.
People seem to be into it, but yeah, June 13th, Pine Run Ridge, disc golf place. And Damian Robinson's on that one.
Nice.
Me, Dom's not on it. He's gonna be in Florida. There's some comics on it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? There's some. I think Jim Bryan's on it.
I try to stop telling who's on the show because then when I start to forget, I'm like, oh, I'm a dick.
I'm a dick. And the ones you do remember, they end up like backing out.
And they're not on it yet.
They're not on. They don't show up. Some
It's
guys.
going to be you and Pickle now.
It's just me and Pickle.
You said this.
Yeah, some guy's gonna be there pissed. Like, dude, I listened to Attempted Delivery, and
I thought Jim Bryan was going to be
I
here.
thought
This is
Damien,
bullshit.
Robinson was gonna be here, dude. Fucking, I love that Auschwitz thing, you guys. I really support all that racism you guys talking about. Like, yeah, classic Attempted Delivery listener. No, I'm just kidding. You guys don't have racist fans.
Not usually.
I'm just fucking around.
I hope not. We don't engage that much with the fans, so maybe they
Yeah.
are.
so yeah.
Guys, comment if you're racist.
Guys, if there's one black listener out there, for the love of God, leave a comment on this video.
Malik Stark.
Yeah. Also check out Dom and Pickles podcast, produced by.
Oh yeah, Dom and Pickles podcast. I produced that one on YouTube, man. I'm
And-
really proud of what those guys are doing.
And
The 1075.
1075 podcast too. That one's great. Yeah, man. That's a lot of fun. That's like a passion project of mine. I love doing that. I love helping those guys out, and I'm excited to get you guys on there. I think that'd be a blast. Let's do it. We got time for a truth or malort?
You want one?
If you want one.
Yeah, man.
You got do you have one?
Who's your least favorite?
No, not that one. Anyone but that one.
Like that's gonna be worse than anything that we've said this episode.
That's the best one.
Honestly, yeah, it is worse than that.
Not, I don't have another one. I was ill prepared for that.
Who's my least favorite?
What's your-
local
You don't
What's
have
comic?
to
your-
say that.
Andrew Fake?
Just everybody starts saying the previous comment.
Yeah,
on the
the
show.
one who was on before.
So they can't talk shit because they were already
they
on.
already
That's
are on. Yeah,
It's too late.
You have to reschedule. Come back to it.
We should try. Yeah, we'll talk about this another time. Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk about production of the podcast. What's your favorite? What's your favorite thing about 9/11?
Is this a truth or malort?
This is truth and Lord.
He's gonna tell the truth and drink to Malloy.
Yeah.
9/11 is his favorite thing about 9/11. Like,
It's my favorite thing about 9/11, man. It's a deep cut of a question. I don't really think about that. There's so many great things, you know. So many incredible.
I can't promise that this glass is clean.
All right, it's malort, man.
Well, true.
It's gonna be dusty.
What's my favorite thing about it? I don't know, man. I feel like I don't have a good answer for that. Because it's like really, in what context? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your
fair.
favorite theory about?
What's my favorite theory about it?
That's a better question. Thanks for sticking that landing for me.
My
They stuck a
favorite-
couple in things.
My favorite theory, a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Shit, dude, I'm blanking. I don't know. Even conspiracy theory wise, because I feel like I know.
Because
the
none of them are
truth.
conspiracies.
Yeah, none of
They're
it's
all true.
It's all true.
Right.
The Jew. No.
Probably that. In my opinion, this is related. Probably that. Monica Lewinsky was a messiah.
Here's your Milord.
Yeah,
For not
Well, you just
answer-
blew my mind like you're under a desk.
there we go. I like Malort.
Do you really?
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I'm on that side.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad.
Not that good. Not that good.
I'll tell you, I think it'd be very funny if you guys just cut that whole thing out.
Might do it.
Just put like a boop,
You're
and
not
then
wrong.
it's just
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
just sitting here like, yep.
It'll just be a blue screen.
Just blue screen and come back to me taking the shot.
Because otherwise you would have taken another shot.
There's nothing funny about that anyway. That's all political bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
But
Still pretty wild. I hadn't heard that theory.
yeah,
I heard
That's
the
some-
Mossad thing, but I didn't hear like the expounded version.
Yeah, that. Well, if you read Osama bin Laden's letter to America, a lot of that's mentioned in there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's actually.
Yeah, when he, his famous letter to America, when it's translated, a lot of it is about are complicit and support
For sure, yeah.
And then they were told us, they were like, they fucking hate the Super Bowl. You guys got the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny's performing.
Tits. You guys have
Tits. You guys got tits.
You guys have tits.
Pamela Anderson in the Super Bowl. Fucking get
We
'em.
can have episodes like this without being beheaded.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah.
the thing.
They hate that. They also hated Freddie Mercury. That's a fact. They don't support that.
Well, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Let's cut our losses before we say anything else.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you guys for
Indeed.
having me again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Always a great time, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
See you next Thursday.
Take it easy.